Seymor's Race to the Sea. Once upon a time, there lived a little banana slug. His name was Seymor. Seymor lived in the redwood forests of Santa Cruz, California. His life was simple. He spent most of his time watching sunbeams bounce off the tree branches and crawling around in the dirt. But Seymor also liked to explore. He often wandered away from his friends and family when they weren't looking. One day, Seymor discovered a path in the woods. He imagined himself following it. He had heard rumors that the forest had an end. He wondered if the rumors were true. When Seymor saw his brother Sluggo, he asked him, "Do you ever wonder what else might be beyond the forest?" Sluggo replied, "Seymor, this is our natural habitat. This is everything we need. We have food, shelter, friends, and family. Why would we ever leave?" But Seymor was curious. He wanted to know if the forest came to an end. He wondered what came after it, so he decided to go back to the path. When he got there, he noticed two people eating lunch. Next to them, he saw mountain bikes' backpacks on the ground. Seymor crawled over to get a closer look. Something smelled good. He followed his nose into the backpack, where he found an apple and some cheese. "Help!" Swish! Without warning, one of the bikers picked up the backpack. Seymor tumbled back in the darkness, squished between an apple and cheese. He tried to get out, but it was too late for Seymor to escape. He had inched his way to the top and made his way to the fold where he could see out when he realized he was riding on the back of one of the mountain bikers. Seymor gasped and fell down again. He bounced around as the bike swerved left and right, up and down, hitting roots and rocks. It was a rough ride, but all the while he worked steadily at getting to the top of the backpack. When he looked out again, he couldn't believe his eyes. Seymor saw rocks, water, sand, and blue sky. Where are the trees? Where is the green? Where is this place? He wondered. Now the bikers were speeding up again, but this time Seymor held on tight. He didn't want to miss a thing. He opened his eyes wide to see joggers, cliffs, houses, seagulls, surfers, dogs, boats, and houses. He took in the smell of the salty air. Seymor grinned. "This is the best day of my life," he thought. "What an adventure." And there's the beach, guys. Then he heard one of the bikers yell, "Head north on Highway 1. We have 20 miles left to Ano Nuevo National Park in the finish line." Mile after mile, the bikers rode on. They passed a sign for a town called Booney Dune, then Davenport. He saw a little house and a restaurant on the side of the road. Seymor wondered if they would ever take a break. But no, they kept pedaling. This was a long, long race, and they weren't going to lose any more time for rest. Seymor began to feel hot, tired, and dizzy. He longed for the smell of the forest, the fresh air and the grass beneath the shade of the trees. After many miles, he heard a voice shout, "Ano Nuevo National Park, we finally made it." There was a crowd of people waiting for them, cheering and jumping up and down. They had finished the race. He could hear people yelling, the sounds of seals barking, and the roar of the ocean in the distance. The day was ending, and the sun began to set over the water. The salt air made Seymor feel funny. He was not used to the smell of ocean. He wished he had his own bed and soft leaves instead of a stinky backpack. For a while, Seymor thought of the forest and his friends and his family. He fell asleep and dreamed of his brother. He only hoped one day they would come and find his way back to him. Hours later, Seymor awoke. First, he thought he must have been dreaming, but he noticed an apple and the smell of cheese. His heart stank. Still in this weird place, he thought. "I'm ready to go back to my natural habitat," Seymor thought. He never imagined he could feel so lonely. Slowly, he dragged